Hello viewers, it's Sentai Michael from Previews, bringing you a new podcast from my separate called The Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to be too hard during the podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, then need to get to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this everything else out the way, let's get into the latest episode of Donbrothers. Oh my god! So basically, this episode starts off like this. We see the Donbrothers. When we see the Rangers set to Jala, the newest Ranger at Black Kaido's cafe. So basically, it shows you the Pink Ranger was saying sorry for that whole when he turned into a Naho monster and whatnot. So basically, he was apologizing for his actions, when that Naho monster took control of his body and whatnot. So, was saying sorry to everybody. Everyone, including Taro, was like, oh, all right then, it's cool. It could happen to anyone. So basically, you don't need to apologize. So basically, Shinji. So basically, seems like Hadara, the Yellow Ranger, Shinji, the Blue Ranger, including Ijoki was kind of shocked that that Kaido was kind of acting very nice. Ever since Kaido came out of that. Got free from that dimension, with help from Samai and Yaro, he's been more, has been more encouraging and being more, nice to his comrades. So basically, it's kind of like, he still is a little bit Jewel, but a little different. So basically, whatever that dimension did to Jewel really made him a bit more understanding towards his comrades' feelings and whatnot. So anyway, Jaro came and whatnot. Came like he said that, oh, I was doing some training, so anyway, so basically the Rangers explained that it was Jaro that saved you from that dimension, what helped with Ijoshi and whatnot and Sunai. So basically Taro basically said thank you to Jaro for helping rescue him from that dimension and whatnot. So basically, it's still kind of a shock to the other Rangers to hear Taro to say thank you for saying thank you to people and being all encouraging and and having this new lease of life and whatnot. And anyway, Black Power said that you guys should really you guys can't make any wishes for a while. Like he was telling the Rangers that I suggest you guys lay off the wishes for now, because none of you guys don't have enough points to really make any wishes for now. So basically, Black Power gave the Rangers the warning that none of you guys here, including the Black Ranger, doesn't have enough points to make any major wishes for now. So basically, like telling him that you if you guys are planning on making any wishes, you guys want to wait a while until you guys get your points back up to make any major wishes and whatnot. So anyway, Jarro gave each of the Rangers an invitation to his party that he was doing. During his welcome to the Donbrothers party at some barbecue place. So basically, the other Rangers is took the other Rangers, so basically, Shinji and Harawa was kind of worried that that Joe might be a little bit nuts. So basically, the interaction with Joe didn't really work well, but they do but they do believe this guy means well to he does mean well, but they're a little bit scared of Jara. So anyway. So after everybody left, after everybody left Black Kaido's cafe, that's when Java started to really act a bit creepy. So basically, he went to Kaido's job first, basically, start to copy what Taro is doing and whatnot, and basically helps him at his job. So even his coworkers didn't believe that Taro had any friends. So basically, his coworkers at the delivery place where Taro worked was kind of shocked to see Taro working, having a friend that's helping him out at his job. So basically, Taro didn't got upset with y'all, but he was like, you very understand I'm your idol and all, but maybe you should maybe you should stop copying me and go do something else. So basically, he went to go. So basically, he went to go see Hara, the other ranger, and basically saw his his version of his own manga series, and basically, it ended up pissing her off. Then y'all went to go see Shinji, who was, in the park, writing down some new poems and whatnot, and basically, y'all ended up pissing Shinji off. Then he went to Ayoshi, he went to Ayoshi's job, who he was on the job talking to a client, and basically interrupt that meeting with a client and pissed off Yoshi. And basically, because of that, the only one who showed up to his welcome to the team party was Movotaro. So basically, Movotaro was explaining that, you kind of pissed off the rest of the Rangers. So basically, things are not so basically so basically Taro had to be the bad news that the rest of the team members were kind of pissed off at showing up at their job, pissing them off and whatnot. So basically that's the reason why they didn't come to the party. So basically Joe was like Java was like I understand that. So I should I'll make sure I'll apologize for for me bothering them then. So anyway, at least you're a good friend that came to my party, and Taro not being rude and all, but he said that he made it clear that he doesn't see Jar as a friend more as a companion. So basically, he made it clear that you Jar are just my companion that I work with the rest of the Donbrothers. So basically, he made it clear to Jar that you're not my friend, you're just a companion. So basically, Taro to see not only Java as a companion, he also sees the rest of the Rangers as companions. So basically, seems like it really pissed. Seems like it hit a nerve to Jara, and basically somehow later he snapped. So anyway, before this happened, the latest Naho monster was this monster based off the Zoo Ranger. This kid was playing video games online, he lost, and all of a sudden the Naho monster took control of his body, and basically, and basically started to attack the city, and basically he did also piss off the Black Ranger, while the Black Ranger was in Ranger form fighting the Naha monster, and basically, treating him like a dog and whatnot. So treated the Black Ranger is like a dog and whatnot during a monster fight, and letting the Naha monster, to get away and whatnot. So basically, he also pissed off the Black Ranger as well. So anyway, after the party, we see Java, we see Dara late at night found Holloway, the other Ranger, and started to fight him, and basically, Holloway was like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And basically, he was acting all strange after Taro said that you're just my companion, you're just my fellow companion that I work with, with the rest of the Rangers. So basically, he kind of snapped after that comment from Taro, from Avataro. So basically, he started to fight the other Ranger and stole the other Ranger's sunglasses, and basically forcing her to demorph. Seems like the sunglasses is not really the main power source. So basically, by stealing the other Ranger's sunglasses, she was unable to morph. So basically, he went around. He stole Shinji, the Blue Ranger's sunglasses, and the Black Ranger's sunglasses. So anyway, meanwhile, while this was all happening, Yoshi was still kind of messed up from being controlled by the monster, by the Naho monster being turned into a Naho monster and whatnot. So anyway, with a little help from his wife, gave him some words of encouragement that you need to start believing yourself. So basically, the next time you doubt yourself, just say this chant over and over again. I know I can. So basically, Yoshi's wife gave some advice for Yoshi to be, if he keeps, the next time he doubts himself, he should say, he should chant, I know I can, and help him from doubting himself. So anyway, the next day, we see Motaro fighting the Naha monster based off the Zoo Ranger, and basically, fight him by himself. And basically, Taro was wondering where's the rest of the Rangers, and that's when Jawa showed up in Ranger form, and started to attack, and started to attack Taro. It's like, and Taro, even though Taro was fighting Joe, but he was able to temporarily knock out the monster. And basically, Taro was like, what the hell is going on with you? So basically, the other Rangers showed up, but they couldn't teleport while their sunglasses. So basically, they couldn't morph off their sunglasses. They couldn't teleport to the scene. They had to walk towards. They had to find where Motaro and walk towards the scene and whatnot. So basically, Shinji and Harawa, showed up, walked up because they couldn't really teleport or use their morphers without their sunglasses. So anyway, turns out that Jaro used the sunglasses to transform into the different ranger forms of the different ranger forms for each of the used the sunglasses to transform into the blue, yellow, and pink. Transform into the blue, yellow, and black rangers. So basically, by using the other sunglasses, he can morph into the ranger forms and start fighting Naruto. So basically, we see basically, even though that it seems like Jaro got the upper hand against Taro, but he managed to hold his own against Jaro, and basically and all of a sudden we see Hara got close to Jaro and smacked him while he was in ranger mode, and basically he came to his senses. He was like what the hell is going on? So basically he didn't have so basically he like he didn't know what he did and whatnot after after his party after he partied with Taro. So basically he had no idea that that he stole the Rangers' powers and whatnot. So anyway, the Rangers got back their sunglasses. The Naho Monster woke up and started to fight the Rangers, and basically, that's when Jaro morphed out again into Dragonfall and got this new gauntlet weapon called the Dora Taiju gauntlet, like this gauntlet changer, and basically he activated his ultra form, turned into this little green robot that can also transform into a little green dragon as well. So basically, he was able to take out the monster girl, the rest of the Rangers, combined form the Megazord, and basically the Naho monster was destroyed. And the boy who was turned into the Naho monster was turned back to normal. So anyway, basically, Jaro was saying sorry to the Rangers, he didn't have no idea that when Taro told him that he sees him as a companion, something I must have snapped, but I did not know what I was doing. So basically, Taro was well, since I caused this, caused Jaro to snap, he said sorry to Java from, making him snap and causing the other Rangers, harm and whatnot, and stealing their powers temporarily. So anyway, the Rangers were still the rest of the Rangers are still getting used to this new, we're still getting used to Motaro being more nice and being more encouraging towards them. So basically, they decided to mess with Taro and get him to say it again. And Motaro said that I only said that once. So basically, I'm not going to say it for a second time. Motaro is still Motaro, but he is changed. He's learning to change and work. come a better, and come a better person working together with the other Rangers. So basically, the episode ended with, with Taro being chased by the Rangers, and he's being chased by the rest of the Rangers, trying to get him to say sorry again to Jaro for the whole incident that he definitely caused Jaro to snap and stole their powers in the first place. And this is how the episode ended. It ended, and also Jaro got the Zoo Ranger gear as well. So anyway, after this episode ended, so the episode ended with with the rest of the Rangers just chasing Taro and just messing with him, and basically this is how the episode ended. So anyway, this was a good episode. So basically, also I forgot one more thing, that Taro did have a conversation with Sunai, and had a conversation with Sunai, engaging him for his help freeing him from that dimension that Sunai sends him to. So basically, so basically, so Sunai was like, okay, but and Sunlight made clear that the next time that we meet, we're gonna have ourselves there will be no more talking the next time that we cross paths with each other. So anyway, there's one point I left out. This one point I left out of this review. So anyway, but this episode was good. So anyway, we guys think good or bad or whatever. Anyway, signing off. 1.